For centuries, whispers of colossal beings have echoed through the annals of human history, sparking a tantalizing debate. Have giants, titans, and beasts truly roamed the earth, or were they merely the stuff of myth? Come with us into the fascinating realm of the unknown, where archaeological discoveries and ancient texts converge to reveal a hidden truth. From the eerie finding of a gargantuan femur to the astonishing discovery of a two-headed giant, explore the 20 most baffling and captivating discoveries that will challenge everything you thought you knew about these mysterious entities. Number 20. The Giants of West Virginia. West Virginia boasts a captivating and kaleidoscopic history, but few are aware of its timeless heritage. Consider this. Millennia ago, colossal giants may have roamed these majestic mountains, leaving behind a mystifying legacy. In numerous ancient burial mounds scattered throughout West Virginia, the remains of multiple giants have been unearthed. In 1774, a chance encounter along the winding Cheat River would unravel a centuries-old secret. Jack Parsons, a curious wanderer, stumbled upon colossal bones eerily protruding from the earth. As he carefully unearthed a femur, he was astonished to find it dwarfed his own, stretching a staggering 7 inches longer. With each subsequent discovery, the skeletal puzzle revealed a behemoth of a man, estimated to stand an awe-inspiring 8 feet tall. This groundbreaking find sparked a wave of similar discoveries in the area, earning the nickname Giant Town. In 1838, a group of curious amateurs unearthed a remarkable discovery at the Grave Creek Mound in Moundsville, exposing the remains of colossal human skeletons stretching up to 8 feet in length. Years later, in the 1850s, a routine excavation for a root cellar in Palatine, which is located in East Fairmont, stumbled upon 2 gargantuan skeletons, towering over 7 feet tall. But in a baffling twist, the bones vanished under the cover of darkness, suspected to have been snatched by treasure hunters capitalizing on the thriving market for Indian relics. The fate of these extraordinary remains remains a mystery, leaving behind only whispers of a forgotten era. Number 19. Lovelock Giant. Lovelock Cave is one of the most significant and enigmatic archaeological sites in the Great Basin region, yet few are aware of the electrifying discovery that lies hidden deep within its ancient recesses. A fascinating find has ignited intense curiosity and debate as the unearthing of ancient human remains, known as the Lovelock Giants. These colossal mummies, towering between 8 and 10 feet tall, have left researchers and enthusiasts alike pondering the truth behind their existence, mesmerized by the mystique surrounding these gigantic beings. The journey of this discovery began in 1911 when guano hunters stumbled upon mummified remains in the cave, followed by subsequent excavations in 1912 and 1924, which unearthed thousands of artifacts, including gargantuan sandals measuring 15 inches in length and massive handprints etched into the stone, leaving an indelible mark on the landscape of our understanding. The most astonishing finds were the 2 colossal skeletons discovered in 1931, mummified in a manner eerily similar to the practices of ancient Egyptians. But what's even more remarkable is the fascinating backstory of these colossal beings. According to Paiute legend, these giants were known as the Sitaka, a tribe of red-haired behemoths who sailed across the ocean on reed rafts, earning a reputation for their extraordinary height, strength, cruelty, and taste for human flesh, striking fear into the hearts of the indigenous people. The Paiute Indians believed that these cannibals were eventually trapped and asphyxiated in Lovelock Cave. While some experts attribute the giant's massive size to gigantism or other medical conditions, others propose that burial customs or cultural factors might have influenced the appearance of the remains, fueling the debate and speculation surrounding this enigmatic find. The possibility of misidentification or biblical connections only adds to the enigma, weaving a complex tapestry of theories and conjectures that continue to enthrall and intrigue us. Number 18. The Cardiff Giant Hoax. Few historical hoaxes have achieved the level of notoriety and intrigue as the Cardiff Giant, a deception that has become an enduring legend. This colossal statue, measuring 10 feet 4.5 inches tall and weighing 2,990 pounds, was the brainchild of George Hull, a New York tobacconist with a score to settle. Hull's creation was born out of a heated debate with Reverend Turk and his supporters at a Methodist revival meeting, where he argued against the existence of giants mentioned in the Book of Genesis. Determined to prove the gullibility of the masses, Hull crafted an elaborate scheme to fool the public. With the help of accomplices, he created a gigantic statue, carefully burying it in a hole on Newell's farm in late November 1868. Nearly a year later, on October 16, 1869, two men discovered the giant while digging a well, unaware they were part of Hull's ruse. As news of the petrified man spread, speculation ran rampant. Some believed it was a statue, while others thought it was a genuine giant from the biblical era. The find drew throngs of people, becoming a sensation of its time. Despite the truth eventually coming to light, the Cardiff Giant remains an enduring testament to the power of deception in the human imagination. Today it resides at the Farmers Museum in Cooperstown, New York, a reminder of the incredible lengths to which a hoax can captivate and deceive. Number 17. Footprint of God. Mpumalanga, a province of unparalleled beauty, beckons visitors with its diverse array of breathtaking attractions, exciting activities, and an abundance of overnight accommodation options. Among its hidden treasures lies the quaint village of Lothair. Beyond its captivating charm and picturesque setting, Lothair offers an intriguing glimpse into its mysterious past, leaving visitors spellbound and curious. The question echoes through the ages. Was this once the domain of giants? A query that, under ordinary circumstances, might seem far-fetched. Yet the prehistoric footprint etched into the granite outcrop tells a different story, its sheer scale and eerie resemblance to a bare foot leaving an indelible mark on the imagination. Stretching an astonishing 120 centimeters in length, this ancient impression has sparked intense debate and wonder. In 2012, South African author Michael Tellinger unearthed what he believed to be colossal, fossilized humanoid tracks embedded within granite near Mpumalanga province, dating back millions of years according to archaeological studies conducted at the site. While some attribute the phenomenon to the forces of natural erosion, others firmly maintain that the imprint could only have been left by a being of immense size who once walked upon molten lava with a weighty stride. Regardless of its origin, this fascinating find has become a must-see attraction for visitors of all ages. Local African cultures have woven a rich tapestry of myths and legends around the footprint, with many visitors believing that good fortune awaits those who toss a coin into its heel. For some, the print holds deep spiritual significance, a symbol of the mystical and unknown. Number 16, the Irish Giant. Unlike the previous tales we've explored, mired in skepticism and inaccuracies, this story brims with fascinating detail. Charles Byrne, famously known as the Irish Giant, captured the imagination of Londoners in the 1780s with his extraordinary height and gentle demeanor. Though accounts of his height vary, some claim he was between 8 feet 2 inches and 8 feet 4 inches, while skeletal evidence suggests he stood just over 7 feet 7 inches. His towering presence was undeniable. His skeleton, a testament to his giant stature, was displayed at the Hunterian Museum in London from 1799 until 2023. Byrne's journey to fame began as he traveled through northern England, finally arriving in London at the age of 21. There he became an instant sensation, entertaining captivated audiences at various venues from Spring Garden Gate to Piccadilly and Charing Cross. His kind and amiable nature endeared him to the public, and his every move was chronicled in the newspapers of the day. So great was his celebrity that by mid-1782, Byrne inspired a hit London stage show titled Harlequin Teague, or The Giant's Causeway. The secret behind his immense height, a condition now known as acromegaly or acromegalic gigantism, was unknown at the time. Tragically, this condition led to a rapid decline in his health. As his earnings dwindled, his condition worsened, and on June 1, 1783, at just 22 years old, Charles Byrne passed away at his lodgings on Cockspur Street, Charing Cross. Number 15. The Giant Mystery of Puckets Cave. In 1933, a young boy searching for arrowheads in Missouri stumbled upon a discovery that would turn his small town into a hub of intrigue. While exploring Puckets Cave, the boy reached for something and pulled up a handful of bones. He immediately ran to fetch others, leaving the bones behind. Upon closer inspection, the townspeople were shocked to realize that the skeleton belonged to an 8-foot giant. The discovery sparked widespread speculation. Locals believed the bones might belong to an Osage Indian chief, as the Osages had inhabited the region a century earlier. They argued that a man of such immense stature must have been a leader among his people. The skeleton, measuring 7.5 feet long without cartilage and missing some foot bones, suggested that the man had stood close to 8 feet tall in life. Interestingly, the bones indicated that he had a slender build, with an unusually small head for his height. The skull, measuring only 20 inches in circumference, was much smaller than the average skull size. This made the giant's head appear strikingly tiny atop his massive frame. This extraordinary discovery captivated the town, fueling lively debates and capturing the imagination of all who heard the tale. The story of the giant skeleton of Puckets Cave remains a fascinating chapter in the town's history, a blend of wonder and mystery that continues to intrigue. Number 14. The Giants of Catalina Island. The legend of the Catalina Giants is one cloaked in mystery and controversy, filled with tales that teeter between myth and reality. At the heart of this story is Ralph Glidden, an amateur archaeologist with a passion for unearthing bones. Glidden made headlines by claiming that giants once roamed Catalina Island. According to him, his excavations across different parts of the island revealed skeletons of people towering between 7 and 9 feet tall. But it wasn't just their height that intrigued the public. Glidden asserted that these giants were fair-haired and blue-eyed, a detail that added an exotic twist to his discoveries. Unsurprisingly, his bold declarations ignited widespread media interest, turning the spotlight on the otherwise quiet island. Yet it is important to note that Glidden's claims weren't the first of their kind. In 1913, a German doctor named Verstanen reportedly discovered an 8-foot skeleton on Catalina Island. This skeleton, found among unusual artifacts like a flat stone inscribed with mysterious symbols, crumbled when exposed to air, leaving only the skull, jaw, and a foot intact. Despite these tantalizing finds, the scientific community remained skeptical. Many viewed Glidden's claims as desperate attempts to secure funding for his projects. His discoveries were met with scorn, and not a single professional archaeologist ventured to Catalina Island to verify his claims. Yet the Channel Islands off the coast of California have yielded numerous oversized skeletons over the years. Whether these stories are the stuff of legend or glimpses of a forgotten past, the mystery of the Catalina Giants continues to captivate the imagination, leaving us to wonder what secrets lie buried beneath the island's sands. Number 13. The Giant of Kandahar, a military tall tale. You might find it quite amusing to learn that even the military has its own share of giant tales. Chief among these is the notorious Giant of Kandahar, a so-called biblical cryptid that special forces allegedly encountered in 2002. According to some wildly entertaining online accounts, this colossal creature stood a staggering 13 to 15 feet tall, boasted a mane of red hair, 6 fingers on each hand, and 2 rows of teeth perfect for gnashing and thrashing. As the story goes, this giant was responsible for making an entire patrol vanish into thin air. When the special forces finally encountered it, the giant reportedly speared one unfortunate service member before being taken down by 30 seconds of relentless gunfire from the rest of the unit. After the fierce encounter, the soldiers allegedly loaded the giant's massive corpse onto a helicopter, and poof, it vanished, never to be seen again. The tale takes an amusing twist when you learn that the soldiers were supposedly made to sign non-disclosure agreements, swearing them to absolute secrecy about what they had seen in those mysterious mountains. But in a delightful stroke of irony, the story somehow leaked out, proving once again that secrets are hard to keep, especially when they involve giants. Number 12. The Enigma of the Giant of Castel. The term Giant of Castel refers to 3 intriguing bone fragments, a humerus, tibia, and femoral midshaft, discovered by anthropologist Georges Vacher de la Puge in 1890. These fragments were found in the sediment covering a Bronze Age burial mound in Castel, France, and possibly date back to the Neolithic era. According to de la Puge, these fossilized bones could belong to one of the largest humans ever known. He estimated that the individual might have stood about 11 feet and 6 inches tall based on the size of the bones. His remarkable findings were published in the journal La Nature, complete with a photo engraving comparing the giant bones to a normal-sized humerus. Despite the captivating nature of de la Puge's discovery, no modern peer-reviewed studies have been conducted on the alleged giant bone fragments. The bones' potential significance and their mysterious origins continue to fascinate and provoke debate among those intrigued by the ancient past. Number 11. The Nephilim, Giants of the Bible. The Nephilim are one of the most intriguing and mysterious figures in the Bible, often depicted as beings of immense size and strength. Their origins are a matter of debate, with some, including the author of the Book of Enoch, claiming they are the offspring of fallen angels and humans, while others believe they are the descendants of Seth and Cain. Mentioned in Genesis and Numbers, and possibly alluded to in Ezekiel, the Nephilim are described as a group of extraordinarily large and powerful beings who existed both before and after the Great Flood. The Hebrew word Nephilim is sometimes translated directly as giants, or interpreted as the fallen ones, though their true identity remains a subject of scholarly debate. One perspective suggests that the Nephilim were simply men who strayed from righteousness. According to this view, the sons of God refers to the descendants of Seth, Adam's righteous son, and the Nephilim were members of his lineage who turned away from God. This interpretation, known as the Sethian view, was supported by St. Augustine and other church fathers, as well as many Jewish theologians. It also posits that the daughters of men were the ungodly women from Cain's lineage. In this context, the great size of the Nephilim could be understood literally or metaphorically, but they were undoubtedly seen as formidable warriors. Whether viewed as fallen angels' progeny or merely men of great stature, the Nephilim continue to capture the imagination, symbolizing the blurred line between the divine and the mortal, and the eternal struggle between good and evil. Number 10. The Giants of Death Valley, an unsolved mystery. Death Valley National Park is renowned for its eerie tales and unsolved mysteries, but none are as captivating as the story of the archaic Indians, an alleged clan of giants who once roamed the region. According to legend, these indigenous peoples stood an astonishing 8 to 9 feet tall. The mystery deepened in the early 1930s when two men stumbled upon an extensive cave network in Death Valley, claiming it contained ancient treasures, heirlooms, tribal artifacts, and the mummified remains of 3 gigantic humans. In 1946, a man named Dr. Bruce Russell, who professed to be a retired physician, recounted a similar tale. He claimed to have discovered strange underground rooms in Death Valley, including a large chamber with several tunnels branching out in different directions. One of these tunnels led to another vast room housing 3 mummies. The artifacts found alongside the mummies appeared to blend Egyptian and American Indian designs, but the most astonishing detail was the mummies' size, each over 8 feet tall. Dr. Russell and a group of investors formed Amazing Explorations, Incorporated, to manage and profit from this extraordinary discovery. However, the story took a mysterious turn when Russell vanished, and the investigators who accompanied him were never able to locate the caverns and tunnels again, despite Russell having guided them there personally. The desert, as it turns out, can be exceedingly deceptive to the uninitiated. Months later, Russell's car was found abandoned in a remote area of Death Valley. Its radiator burst. His suitcase remained inside, adding to the enigma. The tale of the Death Valley Giants, their underground city, and the mysterious disappearance of Dr. Russell continues to intrigue and bewilder, blending history, legend, and the supernatural into one of the desert's most enduring mysteries. Number 9. The spiritual enigma of the Atakama Giant. The Atakama Giant is a mesmerizing anthropomorphic geoglyph etched into the Cerro Unidas area of the Atacama Desert in Chile. Stretching an impressive 119 meters, which is also 390 feet, It holds the title of the largest prehistoric human-like geoglyph in the world. The Atakama Giant is just one of nearly 5,000 geoglyphs discovered in the Atakama region over the past 3 decades. These ancient artworks, carved into the desert landscape, are thought to be the creations of several successive cultures that once thrived in this part of South America, including the Tiwanaku and the Inca. Known also as the Giant of Tarapacá or the geoglyph of Cerro Unida, this figure is drawn on the northwest flank of Cerro Unida. Recognized as an archaeological monument and cultural heritage of Chile, the Atakama Giant continues to captivate and mystify. Believed to have been created by the area's inhabitants between 900 and 1450 AD Anno Domini, the figure is thought to depict a shaman or yatiri, a spiritual healer who invokes the spirits, makes predictions, and practices healing rituals in certain indigenous religions. This spiritual dimension adds a layer of intrigue and reverence to the Atakama Giant, suggesting that it might have been more than just an artistic expression. It could have been a sacred symbol, a beacon of spiritual guidance, and a testament to the mystical practices of ancient cultures. Number 8. The Legend of the Patagonian Giants. The Patagones, or Patagonian giants, have long captured the imagination of explorers and storytellers alike. Described in early European accounts as a race of giant humans inhabiting the remote region of Patagonia, these beings were said to tower over normal humans, with heights ranging from 13 to 15 feet or more. For nearly 300 years, tales of these colossal people shaped European perceptions of Patagonia, fueling both fascination and fear. The legend of the Patagonian giants first emerged during the voyage of Ferdinand Magellan and his crew. While navigating the coastline of South America en route to the Maluku Islands in the 1520s, Magellan's expedition reportedly encountered these towering figures. Antonio Pigafetta, one of the few survivors of the journey and the chronicler of the expedition, provided a vivid account of their encounter. According to Pigafetta, the natives they encountered were twice the height of an average person, their imposing stature leaving a lasting impression on the explorers. Pigafetta's writings describe the giants as formidable and awe-inspiring. The sight of these towering beings with their immense size and strength seemed almost otherworldly to the European sailors. These accounts, laden with a mix of wonder and trepidation, spread rapidly across Europe, embedding the myth of the Patagonian giants deep within the continent's collective imagination. For centuries, stories of the Patagons persisted, appearing in travelogues, maps, and speculative writings. Explorers and adventurers set out, driven by curiosity and the promise of discovering these legendary giants. Although subsequent expeditions failed to find concrete evidence of such beings, the myth endured, a testament to the enduring power of Pigafetta's and others' early accounts. The tale of the Patagonian giants remains a fascinating chapter in the history of exploration. It speaks to the allure of the unknown and the ways in which myths and legends can captivate and shape our understanding of distant lands. As we delve into these stories, we are reminded of the boundless curiosity that drives human exploration and the enduring magic of the world's unexplored frontiers. Number 7. 18-foot Texas giant. In the heart of Texas, an amazing discovery was made by an oil prospector, uncovering the remnants of a colossal human skeleton that defied the boundaries of human anatomy. The sheer scale of this ancient giant was awe-inspiring, standing at an incredible 18 feet tall, leaving experts and laymen alike in a state of wonder. The skull, a behemoth in its own right, measured 6 times larger than the average human cranium, its enormity a testament to the unfathomable size of this long-lost being. Estimates suggest that this gargantuan individual weighed about 2,500 pounds, a weight that would have required immense strength and power to support. As scientists delved deeper into the mystery, they uncovered clues that hinted at an age of approximately 2,800 years, a time shrouded in the mists of antiquity. The implications were profound, sparking a flurry of questions about the existence of such giants in our collective past. This extraordinary find has ignited a firestorm of curiosity, fueling debates and speculation about the origins and fate of this colossal being. Was this an isolated anomaly, or did an entire civilization of giants once roam the earth? The discovery in Texas has opened a Pandora's box, challenging our understanding of human history and inviting us to ponder the secrets that lie hidden in the shadows of time. Number 6. Uncovering ancient mysteries in the Euphrates Valley. In the late 1950s, a routine road construction project in the Euphrates Valley of southeast Turkey took a startling turn when workers unearthed fossilized human remains. Among the bones discovered, an engineer measured a femur, the long bone of the leg, that astonishingly reached 120 centimeters in length. This remarkable finding was reported in a newsletter, igniting a flurry of excitement and speculation. Joe Taylor, the director of the Mount Blanco Fossil Museum, was commissioned to sculpt the giant femur, bringing to life the image of a human who would have stood an incredible 14 feet tall. This colossal statue led some to wonder if the skeleton might belong to one of the pre-flood Nephilim, the legendary giants mentioned in ancient texts. The discovery in the Euphrates Valley has since captivated imaginations and fueled discussions about the giants of old. The Nephilim, often described in biblical accounts as beings of immense size and strength, are said to have roamed the earth in ancient times, their origins shrouded in mystery. The uncovered femur, with its extraordinary size, lends a tangible piece of evidence to these ancient legends. It invites us to ponder the possibility that these giants were more than mere myth. Could the bones found in the Euphrates Valley be a remnant of a bygone era, a testament to the giants that once walked the earth? The notion that such beings existed and that their remains could be discovered in our modern age adds a thrilling layer to the story of humanity's past. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. A giant was found in a Mexican cave. Then this happened. Giant human skeletons, measuring from 10 to 12 feet, have been discovered by prospecting miners in a new gold and silver district in the mountains of the state of Chihuahua. According to members of the party who arrived, the miners found a group of these skeletons intact in a hidden cave. The feet ranged in length from 18 to 20 inches. The skeletons are believed to be in excellent condition, and there is a good chance that more may be discovered in the neighborhood. As a result, the government's anthropology department intends to dispatch a committee to look into the historic discovery. It is widely felt that this extraordinary find may ultimately clear up the present doubtful origin of the Chihuahua Indians. Notably, the discovery was made near the small village of Sisagulchi. Upon examination, the skeletons were found in a sitting position, with the shoulders and arms bending forward and resting on the raised knees. In this unique position, they measured from the top of the skulls to the ground, a remarkable range of 5 to 6 feet. All of the corpses lay on what were once planks, suggesting that the cave where the find was located was presumably enclosed in some way when the race was buried there. What do you think about this discovery? What impact do you think this discovery could have on our understanding of ancient civilizations? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Now let's get back to our video. Number 5. Unearthing the undead. Bulgaria's medieval vampire skeletons. Archaeologists in Bulgaria have unearthed a spine-chilling discovery. 2 medieval giant skeletons, each pierced through the chest with iron rods, a gruesome measure taken to prevent them from rising as vampires. This fascinating find sheds light on a once common pagan practice aimed at ensuring the dead remained in their graves. Historians reveal that, up until a century ago, it was customary in certain Bulgarian villages to stab the hearts of those deemed wicked or malevolent after death. This macabre ritual was believed to stop the dead from returning to the living world to feast on human blood. The recent discovery in the Black Sea town of Sozopol is part of a broader tapestry of vampire folklore that has haunted the Balkans for centuries. Bulgaria is a veritable treasure trove of such vampire skeleton burials, with around 100 known sites scattered across the country. These findings are not only remarkable for their historical significance, but also for the eerie glimpse they provide into the fears and superstitions of medieval communities. The 2 skeletons in Sozopol, dating back to the Middle Ages, were discovered with iron rods driven through their chests, a clear indication of the community's fear of the undead. Similar archaeological sites have been unearthed in other Balkan countries, suggesting that this practice was widespread throughout the region. The notion of vampires, beings who rise from the grave to drink the blood of the living, has captivated human imagination for centuries. This belief was so powerful that it influenced burial practices, leaving behind a legacy that archaeologists continue to uncover. Each vampire skeleton found provides a tangible link to these ancient fears, a stark reminder of the lengths to which people would go to protect themselves from the supernatural. Number 4. Giant skeletons on Santa Monica Beach. In the sweltering summer of 1908, a groundbreaking discovery was made on the sun-kissed shores of Santa Monica Beach, California, leaving both the scientific community and the general public in awe. On July 13, 1908, the Washington Times reported the astonishing unearthing of 14 colossal skeletons, each towering over 9 feet tall, sending shockwaves of intrigue and curiosity throughout the nation. These ancient giants, with their distinctive skulls bearing the hallmark of Native American features, high cheekbones and pronounced characteristics, told a story of a long-lost civilization. The remarkably preserved teeth, practically intact in every case, hinted at a fascinating narrative of a bygone era. 3 exemplary specimens were carefully transported to Santa Monica for public exhibition, captivating the imagination of all who beheld them. Renowned scientists, eager to unravel the secrets of these colossal remains, flocked to examine the skeletons. Their consensus: these ancient beings were undoubtedly hundreds of years old, their origins shrouded in mystery. Yet in a bizarre twist of fate, the skeletons would later vanish into thin air, leaving behind only whispers of their existence, making us wonder, who were these giants? Number 3. A Swiss club owner's shocking discovery in Egypt. In April 1988, Swiss club owner Gregor Spuri embarked on a journey to Egypt, armed with several books recommended by a friend to immerse himself in the wonders of ancient Egyptian culture. Little did he know, this trip would forever alter his life. During his travels, Spuri found himself at a remote farm where he met an elderly farmer named Naguib, a descendant of an ancient family of grave robbers. Naguib had inherited 2 wooden boxes filled with valuables, a legacy from his ancestors, which he sold to Western tourists over the years, using the proceeds to buy land. However, there was one item he had never parted with, a mysterious object that had been in his family for 150 years and seen by only a handful of people. Laying the object in Spuri's hands, Naguib revealed a gigantic mummified finger. Measuring at least 35 centimeters in length and about 6 centimeters in thickness, this was no ordinary finger. Spuri scrutinized the relic, quickly realizing it was ancient, organic, and humanoid. The finger, which appeared to have been severed with precise anatomical skill, was partially crumbled but still remarkably intact. The sheer size of the finger suggested its owner would have stood an astounding 5 to 6 meters tall. Spuri was dumbfounded. The implications of such a discovery were staggering, potentially rewriting the history and understanding of human and humanoid forms. This colossal finger became an enigma, hinting at a past where giants might have roamed the earth. Number 2. The Cap d'Oie, two-headed giants. Cap d'Oie, a two-headed giant cryptid allegedly discovered by Spanish sailors off the coast of Argentina in the 17th century, is a creature shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Despite being widely considered a taxidermy hoax, the story of Cap d'Oie continues to captivate imaginations. According to varying accounts, Spanish sailors captured the giant alive. They reportedly lashed him to the mainmast of their ship, but Cap d'Oie, using his immense strength, broke free. In the ensuing chaos, the sailors fatally wounded him by skewering his chest with a pike. Another version suggests that the sailors merely discovered his already impaled body. Regardless of the capture's specifics, Cap d'Oie's mummified remains eventually found their way to England in the 19th century, entering the Edwardian horror circuit and being showcased in various circuses and sideshows. For years, Cap d'Oie's remains were passed from one showman to another, becoming a macabre spectacle. In 1914, they were displayed at Burnbeck Pier in North Somerset, England, where they remained for 45 years. In 1959, an alleged lord named Thomas Howard purchased the remains, and they changed hands multiple times until arriving at their current location, Bob's Sideshow at Antique Man Limited in Baltimore, Maryland. Cap d'Oie is purportedly a 12-foot-tall Patagonian giant, and Patagonia itself has long been associated with legends of giants. These tales trace back to the explorer Ferdinand Magellan, who claimed to have encountered such beings. The body of Cap d'Oie was examined by physicians in the 1960s, who reportedly found no obvious signs of fakery. However, no other experts have thoroughly examined the body to determine its authenticity or whether it possessed the internal anatomical structures necessary for dicephalic parapagus twins. Number 1. The Longshan Giant. In the ancient city of Shangnan, located in Shanxi Province, China, a discovery in 2006 unearthed a prehistoric skeleton of phenomenal size, captivating archaeologists and historians alike. This skeleton is associated with the Longshan culture and has been aptly named the Longshan Giant. The skeletal remains belong to a young male, aged 16 to 18, who stood at an extraordinary height of 6 feet 4 inches, making him the tallest individual ever discovered in prehistoric China. His physical characteristics suggest he was of the Mongoloid race, bearing similarities to modern Southern Asians. Intriguingly, the right parietal bone of his skull bore 3 drilled holes, each 5 centimeters in diameter, a detail that adds an element of mystery to his story, as the rationale for these holes remains unknown. The excavation of this prehistoric site, conducted from March to June 2006, revealed the Longshan Giant buried in an irregular-shaped pit near the village, rather than in a formal grave. The skeleton was found lying face down with both hands tucked under the belly, devoid of any coffin, ornaments, or burial objects. A stark contrast to typical burial practices of the time. As researchers carefully removed the dirt from the skeleton, they were struck by the unusual holes in the skull. The presence of these holes raises several intriguing questions. Was the Longshan Giant's exceptional height a result of abnormal physical development? Did he perish in a tribal conflict? Or were the holes the result of a rudimentary form of brain surgery, akin to trepanation practices known in European and Central American Neolithic societies, but rare in Asia? The discovery of the Longshan Giant opens a window into a prehistoric world filled with unanswered questions and tantalizing mysteries. Thanks for watching. See you in our next video.